Friends, welcome back. I am Vivekanandan. Today we are going to discuss about startups functioning in the space sector, particularly Indian startups functioning in the space sector. But before that, we are going to discuss about two recent developments which happened in the field of space. One happened in America, one happened in India. What happened in America was SpaceX, a private player, has taken two astronauts on board and took them to the International Space Station. It is considered to be a historic feat. The simple reason being, previously astronauts have been taken to the International Space Station through only government agencies, say like NASA and European Space Agency. But for the first time, a private player has done a commercial flight to the International Space Station with astronauts on its board. So this is considered to be a historic feat. If this is on one side, on the other side, what has happened is in India, another development is the central government is promoting private players to enter in the field of space, and they have come out with this particular scheme called as InSpace, Indian National Space Promotion and Authorisation Center, which is nothing but private players in the field of space can use the space infrastructure developed by Isro. So this is on one side, and in light of these developments, Mr. Sivan, the chairman of Isro, was asked this question: can India produce startups like SpaceX and people like Elon Musk? And Mr. Sivan has expressed optimism. He said that if not in the near future, in the future, definitely these two things will happen. Private participation is going to be immense. That is what was his words. And what we are going to do is, in today's video, we are going to discuss about a few startups functioning in different roles, taking different roles in this field of space. We are going to discuss about them. But the first point I really wanted to say over here is space is an exponential field. Space is a vast field and opportunities are immense. And the first startup is going to be this particular startup named as BELLATRIX. This particular startup from India, they strongly believe that the future of mankind is only in space, and because of this, they have already planned a lot of things to keep the space clean and safe. And you know what they are doing? Their thrusters are powered by electricity. So previously it was about chemical propulsion, but today it is all about electric propulsion. They are trying to develop some electric thrusters. So BELLATRIX, this particular BELLATRIX, one more important special thing to be noted about them is they have already got some projects from ISRO to execute, and this is one particular startup which has already got a lot of funding, raised a lot of funding for its functioning. And their next ambition is to make the space travel less costly. Today it is very costly, so they really want to make it much more cheaper. So this is the first company which is called as BELLATRIX. The second one is something called as DHRUVA. And what is their primary work? Their primary work is developing small satellites and helping the government and industries. And how are they going to do it? They really want to provide some end-to-end solutions. What do you mean by this? Let us understand with an example. For example, you would have heard about wedding planners. And what do these wedding planners do? They really look into the field of right from cooking to taking care of the guests to hospitality to decoration of a wedding. They do everything. They take complete charge of it. Similarly, DHRUVA really want to execute it, like even taking care of the building, not only the building, launching and then monitoring of the satellites. They want to provide end-to-end solutions in the field of space. So the second one is DHRUVA, and the third one is this particular startup, something called as Astro. What is this Astro all about? You would have heard about Starlink project developed by SpaceX, where SpaceX want to send some 12,000 satellites to the space and beam internet from the space. Similarly, Astro has already plans to send some 200 satellites to space and then beam internet from space to this earth, particularly provide their internet service to developing countries, and importantly, the internet speed is going to be much more higher than the current services. And Fourth one is something called as Space. I also found their work very interesting, which is we have heard about a lot of cloud platforms, cloud-based technology like Google Cloud, Amazon Web Services, and so on. And Space, their primary objective is to be a cloud-based technology for space-related companies. And the last one is something called as Team Indus. This Team Indus, they have actually participated in the Google Lunar competition conducted 2 years before, and they were one of the finalists. All the teams participated across the world. They were one of the teams who went to the final. They were one of the finalists of this particular competition. It is said that they have a lot of potential to achieve a lot of things. So, but very ambitious company as well. So these are 5 different companies related in the field of space. And please share your thoughts in the comment section. Thanks for watching this video. Have a good day.